Hello, 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 everyone. Happy New Year 2026. That's our theme song for the year. Hopefully, y'all can relate to that. How's everybody doing? What's happening, Big Tribe? Everybody okay? Everybody okay? Yes? Can I hear you? I can't
Yes,
hear you.
yes,
Yes,
sound
we're doing
good.
okay.
Yes, yes.
All
Yes, we're
right, there
good.
you go.
Yes, we are. Good, gorgeous. You're looking pretty, pretty this evening.
Oh,
You
thank
look
you.
fabulous.
Thank
I
you.
love to hear.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Glenda, again for that song. Love it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
I'll
welcome.
continue to groove to that one. That one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming on tonight. Really look forward to our evening for tonight. How's Mama and Papa Arnold that's here? How you guys doing tonight? Good to see you. Deb is in the house. What's happening, Deb? We got Laverne here, and Dee, we have some visitors that's coming in the house tonight as well. So I'm not going to call everyone out like we usually do. But just so that everyone know, this is our regular Thursday evening Big Tribe meeting that we have every Thursday. BIC stands for Blockchain IQ, and that is the name of our ecosystem and our tribe. And I'd like to welcome everybody that's coming here tonight to kind of see what's going on. We always have lots of things going on, but we have a special guest tonight because of a special opportunity that we have embarked upon. And we want to welcome our visitors to come here tonight so they can share in this because we have so many people that's in the community outside of our own that is actually doing this opportunity as well because it is just that good. So you know me, at least I know my tribe knows me, that I have to always go and pick out, someone that is at the top that can kind of bring it to us and let us know exactly what's going on and hear some things from the horse's mouth. So that's what we're doing tonight. So we have our guest here tonight, Mr. Dr. SELASE, and I just want to welcome him here on this evening. Let me spotlight him along with myself so you guys can really, really, really see who this gentleman is. And I am so happy to be on the same screen with you. How are you doing, Des? It's good to see you tonight.
Wow, I'm absolutely fantastic. I'm so honored to be here. But first of all, I just have to acknowledge how amazing you look tonight. You look absolutely sensational.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, let's get that on recording so I can play that back. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I know. So just so that everybody know about our relationship as well, we've known each other for quite a number of years. I don't know how many years it's been, but we've known each other for a while. And I know there's a couple of things that Des has been doing. And Dr. SELASE, I have to get that right for the audience so they can know who you are and why you have that DR in front of your name is because it needs to be there. It has all reasons to be there because you're in the educational arena. And that's one of the things that brings us together as well, because as everyone know, I'm an educator as well. And he has taken it to the point where he's got his doctorate in the area of education because he loves it like I do. But we've known each other for a while. And he's had other platforms, and the platforms that he's had has been wonderful. And it's the reason why I trust you, and the reason why I am bringing my community into what we have going on right now is because I know of your character, I know of your credibility, and I know of your integrity. So I feel very comfortable with bringing my community here to an opportunity with you. The reason why we haven't done anything in the past because it just wasn't the perfect thing for my community, and that's the ones that I have to always look out for is my community, even though phenomenal opportunity, but it wasn't the right time for us. So then we have my little brother Tim. Everybody knows him as well. He's keeping an eye out for me and making sure that he lets me know when the best time comes. And so he let me and reminded me of this one. And so here we are. And we've been looking for a while to actually have an opportunity where we can come and bring our communities together and do something together. So now we've come to that. So I'm glad about that.
Wow. I have to say, but it was 2022 when we first locked horns. And it was during a time when I was pivoting from the financial markets into crypto. And me and my community, we were wet behind the ears when it came to crypto. And you graciously allowed us to, join your community, and you gave us so much value and education. I'll never forget that. And you touched on your integrity, and it's unrivaled. I know that you do not touch a project unless it's 100% going to benefit your community. And I respect you for that. I respect the fact that you don't just jump on everything, and that you throw things back. So I'm a fan. And I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored to meet your community. I've heard so many wonderful things from Tim, and I'm ready to pour into every single one of them.
All right, awesome, awesome. Thank you. So yes, let's get this show going though. I appreciate you and I appreciate everything that you've done. And you're right. And thank you for the accolades there. I really appreciate that. But I'm just going to let everybody have him take over and do this thing. And I'm not sure what you're going to need. Making you co-host in the event that you need to have the screen. There you go. Make you co-host again. And you can go ahead and do that. And so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with Dr. Selase, that's going to let us know about exfusion. We know that's the opportunity that we're talking about. And so he's going to be able to explain some things to us. And you can also feel free to jot down any questions that you may have, along the way as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
Sure.
And again, a massive warm welcome and a good evening to everybody. It is honestly an honor to be here. You can probably tell from my accent that I'm from overseas. I'm from London. It's currently just gone past 11 p.m. here, but we're fired up. My colleague Tim is on the call as well. We've been looking forward to this one all day. So I just want to know what the mood is like in the camp. So can you just all give me a one-word adjective to describe your day to day, so I can kind of just get a temperature check as to the room right now. Just a one-word adjective, just to kind of describe your day to day. How would you describe your day to day with a one-word adjective, please, guys? Beautiful. From Tim, Wendy, fantastic. Lola, beautiful, good, awesome, positive. Wow, cold. Oh my God, what part of the States are you in? Or what part of the world are you in? Should I say wonderful? Wow, what word is that? Flat out awesome. Wow. Amazing. I see what you did there. Incredible. Keep them coming through, guys. I really want to respect your time. So I'm going to dive straight in. Introduce myself very briefly, just so that we're not strangers. But I also want to take an approach that's less formal. I want it to be like we're just sitting in Tammy's front room by the fireplace, and we're just having a cozy fireside chat. But this is indeed an invitation to step into the corporate world. I've been in this industry now for over 10 years, and we've been trying to get to this place where it's more corporate and systemized, and we're very happy with what we're bringing to you today. Of course, when people see who we're backed by, they get very, very excited. And as a thank you for being here on this presentation, at the end of this, I will be giving everyone a free ebook. So my name is Dr. Selase, and as alluded to, I'm an academic as opposed to a medical doctor. Um, I'm an educator. I've been in education now for over 15 years. In London, I was a vice principal, an assistant head teacher. I worked in secondary schools, high schools across London, and I absolutely loved my job. I love learning. I love teaching. Teaching is my labor of love. It's something that I would do for free. I've run several private education companies in the UK. As much as I love the job, I ended up living what we call paycheck to paycheck, month to month. Now, everybody on this call looks very well to do, but has anybody here ever lived paycheck to paycheck before? Just give me a 111 in the comment box if you have ever, or maybe you've heard of somebody or somebody that has lived paycheck to paycheck. Because honestly, guys, it's no fun. And for me, I got sick and tired. I got sick and tired of worrying about money. I don't know if you've ever been in that place where you go to sleep with money worries. I feel like money worries are like a cancer to humanity, and most people's minds are just filled with worry, and that worry is money worries. They say money doesn't solve all your problems, but it does solve all the money problems. And for me, I just wanted to end this because at the time it was making me very unhealthy. It was affecting my nervous system. It felt like my nervous system was constantly in fight or flight. So I was looking for a solution. And that was the time when I was introduced to online trading and the foreign exchange space. And I'm not going to come here and say that it was a plain sailing journey, but I stuck at it because I saw the future. I saw people that were where I wanted to be, and I knew if I just stood and took the action, that I would get to where I got to. It was via the network marketing route. So I joined a company called IM Mastery Academy. I became a chairman, and everything kind of went on from there. You can see a lot of the things that I've done in the industry, from trading floors to investment companies, and so on and so forth. And I say all of that just to let you know that I'm very well experienced in the online trading space and in the foreign exchange space. You know, whether it's training people how to trade, running trading floors, um, or working with brokers. So 2025 was an interesting year because I left the network marketing space and I went down the corporate route. I was working very closely with Tim at the time. And the reason for it, and I think this is really important to the rest of this presentation, was because we could see a shift in the online trading space. And the shift was people no longer wanted to pay monthly subscriptions anymore. And the industry was being shaken up, and everything will make sense as I go through the presentation. So now I'm a wealth creation strategist, trainer, and speaker. We build teams around the world. And now in this corporate space, we're bringing something very unique to the marketplace, and that is something called liquidity. And I really want us to hang on to that word, because that is the game changer. That is what has many people in this space very, very excited. And for the first time, regular people can benefit from something that was only exclusively for corporates or the elites. And that's why it's very, very exciting. These are just some pictures of me from back in my teaching days. I do this talk around the world, and people often think I'm lying. I wasn't a school teacher, but there's evidence of me there with the young people, way back when, in the old teaching days. Our sports day, it's incredible. But being in debt is no joke. But there comes a time when enough is enough. There comes a time when the pain of staying the same, the pain of staying the same has to be, it has the pain of change. A lot of people are scared of changing, but nothing changes if nothing changes. There has to come a time where we say we're gonna make that change. And 10 years ago, when my daughter was born, was when I decided that I was going to make that change. And that was when I decided to go full throttle in the foreign exchange industry. For things to change, I had to change. It was the book Rich Dad Poor Dad that really changed things for me. And I became obsessed. I became obsessed with my personal growth. I became obsessed with my personal finances. And of course, I became obsessed with new opportunities. And that's when everything really, really changed. Today, I'm going to be presenting to you a mechanism. It's a system. It's a system for making consistent profits on a weekly basis. And I don't want us to take that lightly. And I also don't want to take that as just hype. I'm not here to hype anyone. What you're going to see today is something that just works. And it works because the numbers just work. And through this system, we're going to be able to experience true freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, and of course, financial freedom, all of the freedoms, so that we can have choices. It's because of this opportunity that I no longer have to, worry about time. I've got my time back. For me, time freedom is way more important than financial freedom. Being able to wake up when you finish sleeping, being able to just go to bed where you're tired. It was through this industry that I was able to retire my mum and send her back to Ghana. She no longer has to work anymore. My kids go to private school. We're able to fly around the world first class. But I don't say this to impress you. I simply say it to impress on you how powerful the financial markets industry is. And what we've done in the last 12 months is just tweak the industry to solve two of the biggest challenges. And it's through solving these challenges that this opportunity just works for everybody. And again, I want you to see this as a system of making money, as a mechanism. And I want you to look at the maths, and I want you to look at the numbers. And I want you to ask yourself at the end of this, do the numbers make sense? Not has it been well presented? Was it well hyped? No, do the numbers make sense? That is the key. So before we get going, there's a question that I really like to ask. And that is, what is your magic number? There's two sides to this business. There's the passive side, and then there's the active side with the partnership program. The partnership program essentially is the networking side of the business. And through that, we have the potential to make some really, really nice income. There are people already having 6-figure months. And that is because we are in the industry of something called rebate income. And rebate income by far is my most favorite and most fluid income of all my incomes. And I'm really excited to introduce you to this type of income, this type of flow of income. If you've never made rebate income from trading, you're in for a real treat. Over the last 7 years, it has been my most consistent income flows. When you see how this works, you're going to realize that the work that goes into building a rebate business lasts in for the long term. Rebate accounts that last, 7, 8 years plus. It's absolutely phenomenal. So let's decide what our magic number is. Now that we know this information, now that we know that the rebate income and the network marketing side of the business can truly produce 6- and 7-figure months, I want to know what your magic number is in terms of how much would you like to make each month to make this worth your while. What do you really want? It's important that we lock in with that figure, whether you want to write that down privately or whether you want to share it with us in the chat box. I really want us to set an intention today. I really want us to be clear about what we want, because it's possible with this platform when you see how this works. There are people that have now retired themselves from the passive side because of how the numbers stack up. But when we do the active side, we're now producing two very, very clear incomes. So that being said, guys, let's dive in and look at this in more detail. Because this is a corporate presentation from the financial space, usual disclaimers apply. And these are the disclaimers. You can take a screenshot or a picture. You can take a screenshot or a picture of this, guys. Very, very important. The first line is really important. Past performance is not indicative of future success. And that's very important. You're going to see some really nice figures today, but legally, we cannot say something is guaranteed. But it does give us a lot of confidence when we see proven statistics over a very long period of time. So as I mentioned earlier, we're celebrating 10 years in the trading industry. And I've been talking a lot about online trading. And I know in the room we have a vast array of different experiences with trading. I'm sure there are people here who have been in the trading industry for a number of years. And I'm sure there's people that are very new to this. But in just over 1 minute, let's just summarize what trading is so that we can establish a baseline of understanding. Trading or online trading or foreign exchange trading is simply the buying and selling of currencies online. And when you are able to do this at the right time, you're able to make a significant income. But the key is knowing when to buy and when to sell, right? So if you look at your screen, you can see the euro against the dollar. If I buy the euro against the dollar and the euro goes up in value, I'm going to make money. However, if I buy the euro against the dollar and the euro goes down in value, I'm going to lose money. But I can also sell the euro against the dollar. And if I were to do that and the euro was to go down in value, then I would have made money. So you can see already that there's a skill to this. There is a skill to trading. But here's the thing that many presenters will not say, and that is trading can be very dangerous if you're not guided or trained in the right way. But also, here's a very startling statistic that nobody talks about. 95% of retail non-professional traders just lose money. And as I mentioned, I've been in this space a long time, and I've seen many people really give their all to this skill and not quite get to that elite level. Because the truth is, trading is way more difficult than what trainers make out. Sometimes trainers will make out that, a 2-day course and now you're a multi-millionaire. It's simply not the case. The reality is it's difficult. The reality is it's very similar to becoming an elite athlete. I mentioned earlier that I'm an academic doctor, trained at a PhD level. I didn't mention what my studies were in. So it's actually in a subject called divinity. So divinity is a mixture of theology, quantum mechanics, quantum physics, neuroscience, ancient spirituality. It's a combination, but it's at an elite level. And it's the same with trading. To get to that point where you are a consistent, profitable trader, it takes years of training, years of loss. So we have a solution. We have found a shortcut to success for you and your clients. We have found a way for people to not have to waste years training, losing, being on that journey and go straight to success. I call it a shortcut to success for everybody. So we're talking about the world's largest and most liquid financial market in the world. This market is measured at $6.7 trillion on a daily basis. But here's the bit I really want you to know. What I'm going to be showing you today is a mechanism, is a very clear system for you and your clients to be able to make a very consistent weekly income. Again, past performance does not guarantee future success, but we do use verifiable past performance to guide us. And I know that you're going to be very happy with what I'm going to show you today. Why? Because it works. It just works. And the reason why it works will be unpicked on this call. And you will be left with undeniable evidence that this is a system that works for you and your clients. It will work for you and your clients. And if you're here as a client, you're going to be very happy. There are people that have structured this in such a way that they've been able to fund their lifestyle just from being a client. But if you come on board as a partner, that's when everything opens up. Okay. So yes, this is a market that's measured at $6.7 trillion on a daily basis. Guys, can you let me know in the chat box? And I said trillion with a T, right? That was trillion with a T. How many zeros are in the number 1 trillion? Answers answers in the chat box, please. I believe Tammy may have a special prize for you. But do let me know how many zeros. Okay, Keen was straight in there. I think Keen is a trillionaire because he knew that too quickly. It's actually he's right. It's 12 zeros after trillion. 6.7 trillion is traded on a daily basis, guys. I want to show you how to get a slice of that every day. I want to show you how to get a slice of that on a weekly basis. Let me say something categorical. Our clients have been getting a slice of that every single week, and a significant slice at that. Again, the system just works. I want you to see this for yourself. It's a global marketplace. The trading takes place on any smart device. And when you think of this market, I don't want you to think of just individuals trading or people on Instagram with Lamborghinis. No, it's a very sophisticated industry. It's one of the oldest industries in the world, and it's not going anywhere. Governments are trading, central banks, as well as financial institutions like you and I. Sorry, as long as retail traders like you and I, but financial institutions are also trading as well. And I say all of that so that you know that the market is very healthy. It's a very healthy, I think at $6.7 trillion a day, I think we get a sense of how healthy it is. Now, let's get on to the solutions to the problems, because it's in the solutions to problems that we find great opportunities. So I mentioned already that 95% of traders lose money. But what we're going to do is give you a shortcut to success. We're going to give you a shortcut to success. The second issue is that people, when it comes to trading, they're not able to trade with a good size account with decent capital. You need to have capital in order to make profits or to make decent profits. Let me explain the problem in more detail. Imagine somebody only has $1,000 to put into their trading account. If they were to make 3% in a month, they would have made $30. Now, you know, that's a win. However, it may not be enough to sustain their lifestyle. $30 for the month. Okay, I can see the 12s coming through. Everyone that put 12, you are absolutely correct. There are 12 zeros in 1 trillion. So we need a solution to that, because there's no point having an army of traders or even an army of people who have found a shortcut to success if they don't have the capital to make good profits. Okay, so let's see how we've solved these problems. You can take a picture or a screenshot of this slide because it really illustrates the mechanism as an overview. Let's explore this together, because if you understand this, then you're going to understand everything else. I want to introduce you to a concept. It's a technological concept that's revolutionized this industry. It's called copy trading. Forgive me, I know many of you have heard of this before, but just to get a baseline, copy trading has changed the game because now we are able to copy the experts. Those people who are elite, we can have the exact same results as them. Guys, this is revolutionary. Name me one other industry where you can openly copy somebody's work and get paid for it. In any other industry, that would be copyright. It would be plagiarism. I used to be a vice principal. I would punish students for copying, for plagiarism. Now with AI, I know my colleagues, my professor colleagues, they are pulling out their hair. It's a nightmare. So let's explore this. You are this blue figure right here. This is you. This is representing you. And you have an account with a broker. In the trading space, a broker is like a bank. It's where you deposit your funds. Now, a broker is an intermediary. They sit in the middle. There's you. You need access to the financial markets. You cannot go direct. You need a broker. They're a middle person, a middle entity. It says here that you are in control of your funds, and that's very important. This is not an investment scheme where we put all the funds together and, you know, that's dangerous. We call that a PAM. No, here the accounts are segregated. So you are fully in control of your funds at all times. You make a deposit. You'll be pleased to know that the minimum deposit is $10. So even when you or your clients, you know, if somebody is, you know, on the fence, the easiest close is to just get started with an amount you can afford. In fact, that's the main message. This is an online platform, and therefore we should be investing sensibly and only investing with an amount that we can afford to risk. That's the golden rule in the financial markets. So now that you've deposited safely, you now have the ability through the technology to connect to a master trader. Now I want to be so clear so there's no confusion. We have indeed found the best traders in the world. And I know that's a big claim, but I believe I can back this up with data. And I think when you see what I'm about to show you, you'll agree with me. We're talking about traders that have given our clients an A1 experience. you know, one thing I like about Tammy is that she doesn't just launch projects without testing it herself. She doesn't launch projects without getting her hands dirty, getting involved, and seeing how it works. And that's exactly what she's been doing. And our traders have delivered. They have been delivering, and I'm confident that they will deliver. Why? Because this game is actually very easy. You find the best traders. It's very easy to find the best traders because you leave. There's a way that you can attract the best traders to you, and that's of course through money. You know, the best traders are attracted to having access to large trading pools so that they themselves can make more money. So it's very easy to attract good traders to a platform that has lots of users. It's very, very easy. So you find the best traders, you put them through their paces, and once they meet a benchmark, we can now copy them through the technology. We connect our account to the elite traders, and now we have an elite experience. I call it copying your way to success. Guys, I want to let you know that it's okay to be a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat. Guys, just give me a 222 in the chat box if what I'm saying so far makes sense, because anything the master trader does will be mirrored on your account in real time. In real time. That's very, very important to know. That's going to be mirrored on your account in real time. Just give me a 222 if it's making sense to you guys. The technology, which right now we're just talking about the structure, right? We're just talking about the structure. I'm not even giving you the data. When you see the data, you're going to be very happy. You'll be very happy. But right now, we're just talking about the technology. Thank you for the twos coming through. That's energized me. Guys, we're talking about real-time copying. Real-time copying. I'm happy to share my results with you. We're all happy to share our results because we're all winning. And the reason why we're all winning is because the system just works. And you're going to see why. So we understand the structure we're copying. So we have now solved the first problem. 95% of traders lose money, but not us, because we're connected to the elite traders. So let me introduce you to the broker, guys. The broker is called Tag Markets. I had the pleasure of being flown to Dubai to spend ample amounts of time with this broker. And that's very important for me because, like Tammy, I don't just jump on things willy-nilly. Last year, I was working for another broker actually as the vice president of sales because I wanted to go down the corporate route. And I wanted to study and understand something that I believed to be a game changer, and it has panned out to be that way. And that is something called liquidity. And if we do nothing else on this call but understand liquidity and how it's going to benefit you and your network, then I've done a great job. Liquidity is the game changer. It really is. And that's why there is no other project like this. When you understand liquidity, you understand how it works, then you're going to see why this benefits us more than any other thing that's on the market right now. So, I was able to take a deep dive into this broker, and I've come back not only giving it a clean bill of health, but based on everything that I've seen, we're looking at a 3 to 5 year project with room for extension to take this to easily a 10-year project. This model is superb. So this broker, Tag Markets, they're an international broker focused on technological innovation, fast order execution, and withdrawals within 1 hour. They are licensed and regulated by the Financial Services Commission in Mauritius. And they're one of the fastest growing brokers in the world. Guys, any questions that you have, hold fire until the end. I'm going to save time for questions and answers. So all questions will be answered. Technology was spoken about copy trading. You can also manually trade. You can manually trade. If you are going to manually trade, just be aware of the margins, the margin limits, because of course, you know, there are going to be limits. So I'm going to go through that in just a second. Now let's solve the final problem, which was a lack of capital. I want to solve that problem for you by giving you a capital boost. I want to give you a capital boost. This is the exciting part of the presentation, and I'm sure this is the part you've been looking forward to. We are in a position where we can amplify your deposit. Minimum deposit is $10. Somebody write 12x in the chat for me, please. Just 12 and X. 12x is the standard product. 12x is where we are going to amplify your deposit times 12. If you start with $10, you now have $120. If you start with $10, you have $120. Start with $100, you now have $1,200. Start with $1,000, you now have $12,000. You get the gist. However much you start with, times it by 12. Okay, I can see all the 12x's in the chat box. That is indefinite. That for the foreseeable future, we can boost your deposit by 12. But we must answer the pertinent question, which is, how is this possible? How can a broker just times your money by 12? It sounds ridiculous. It sounds too good to be true, is what I hear, until you understand how this works. So now we come back to liquidity. You see, I left the network marketing space last year to work with Access Markets. And the reason for that was so that I could understand this industry. I really wanted to be somebody that could come back to the industry with something credible. And liquidity is a game changer. It's been used for years, but often we, the end users, don't get to benefit from it. Liquidity has been used to make companies grow quicker and also for B2B business. This is the first time liquidity is being used in the way that I'm about to describe, and it's to our advantage. It really, really is. Let me explain why. Liquidity is a very fancy word for loan. Financial markets companies like brokers, they are seen as very safe business models. If you know anything about brokers, you will know that they set themselves up to always be in profit. They have very little overheads, and the very nature of being a broker means that they make money whether people win, lose, or draw. That's how it is. They make money on every trade. They make money on swap fees because people are swapping currencies. It's a good business model. The hardest part for a broker is getting a license, getting regulated, and getting insurance. Once you're a broker, the world's your oyster. Why? Because companies, tier one liquidity providers like Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, they practically chuck money at brokers in the form of liquidity. Liquidity is seen as a very safe loan because it can only really be used in the financial markets to prop up positions. So that liquidity is what we are using to 12x. That's what we're using to 12x. But it still needs to make sense, because no company is just going to give away money and potentially lose money. Of course not. So this is the bit we have to understand. The broker have structured this in a way, again, so that they only win from this setup. So of course, we use the liquidity for our positions. And when we're winning, we win big. This is why we're able to enjoy very nice cash flow, because when we're winning bigger because of the liquidity, bigger positions, bigger lot sizes. But here's the clever part. If you were to lose, there's only so much you can lose. You can't go and lose the whole thing. That wouldn't make sense. So here's what I need you to write down. On the 12x, you have a 10% margin limit. So you can only lose 10% of your overall balance. And you may have already worked out that if you were to lose 10% of your overall balance, you really would have only lost what you've put in, more or less. So it's a great business model. But for this business model to work, it means the trading has to be exceptional. Because if the trading is not exceptional, then all we'll have are people depositing, hitting the drawdown limits and they're out. Starting, hitting the drawdown limits and they're out. But fortunately, I'm going to be showing you the mechanism and why it works. And it's because of the trading. Okay. Somebody write 24x in the chat for me, please. So the 12x is for the foreseeable. And quite honestly, I think that's very generous. There's not many places that allow you to 12x just like that, right? But now I just said 24x. So now you're probably losing your mind. So yes, 24x. It sounds crazy, but it's true. Again, in the first round, we had 9 billion worth of liquidity. But again, you know, this can always be topped up, it can always be renewed, and that's because liquidity is an ongoing source of supply. As long as it's being used in the right way. So 24x is amazing. 24x is amazing. However, on the 24x, you can only lose 5% of your account. It's very tight. So yes, they're giving you more liquidity, but they're protecting themselves even more. Here's some good news for you guys. Without stealing my own thunder, the trading team that I'm going to introduce you to, they have never gone below 1%, let alone 5%, let alone 10%. So we're in good hands. Very, very, very good hands. 24x finishes on the 18th of February. It's very important to note. And it will not be coming back. You know, 24x, of course, it uses more of the liquidity, but of course, it means we can win bigger. So definitely take advantage of that. And know that in just under 2 years, just over 2 years, we have over 600,000 users on the Tag Markets platform. Absolutely incredible. Regulated by the Financial Services Commission in Mauritius. So guys, we've solved 2 problems. If you are an experienced trader, take a picture of this screen because it breaks down the details of the broker in more detail. You know, things like it's 100% A book. It's very important for some people to know that information. 150 billion trading volume on a monthly basis. Very important to know. It shows how healthy the broker actually is. Okay, guys, so here are some examples of tier 1 liquidity providers. Often brokers use, there's companies like LMAX, the intermediary companies that provide tier 1 lending directly to brokers. But, you know, tier 1 lending is made up of the big names. And when it comes to the money flow, it's plentiful. Again, for these liquidity providers, it's a good business model because once these liquidity loans are paid back, of course, you know that they're going to be paid back with interest, with profits. So allow me to now introduce to you the final piece of the jigsaw, which is the trading team. Without this trading team, this system may not be as good because if the trading is not good, the system collapses. But Neo FX, I want you to write that down, please. Neo FX, Neo, the one, Neo FX is phenomenal for a reason. If I do nothing else but demonstrate to you the clear, structured nature of this system, then I've done my job. I really, really have. Let's really get into this, guys. This is a real time to just sharpen our minds because this is it right here. When you understand this part, then you understand why this is a long-term project that you can really plant your flag and get your teeth into. You know, this is a 6-7 figure project because this is the heartbeat of the whole thing. When you understand this, you've gone clear. The reason why it's structured and clear and it works is because of the secret. The secret strategy is the fact that they focus on one trading pair. And that trading pair is Euro USD. I alluded to it at the beginning of the call. Euro USD is a very strong currency pair. You know, Europe and of course the United States, 2 very, very powerful geographical areas. However, whenever you focus on a trading pair exclusively, it makes the trading experience more enhanced. What you focus on grows in every area of life. Whatever you focus on grows. I think it was Bruce Lee that said it's better to master one kick, and practice that kick 1,000 times than to learn 1,000 different kicks. So it's in that same spirit. Focusing on one currency pair is what makes NeoFX so efficient, because he understands the market intricately. Now, that by itself wouldn't be impressive, but here it gets more interesting. NeoFX, they only send a maximum of 1 trade per day, 5 days a week. And yet, we are experiencing profits ranging from 3 to 5% a month. Statistically proven, recorded. We can send you all of the information that verifies all of that. So you're telling me that we are enjoying 3 to 5% a month consistently, and there's only 1 trade per day. That means that we are talking about the most elite of trading. Now let's make this even more interesting, because as a fund manager, my yes, I get excited over profits like everybody else. But as a fund manager, my main concern is something called capital preservation. I care more about your capital being protected than your profits. I care about your profits, but that's not my first priority. So one thing that was important when aligning with a trading team is their risk management. What's the risk management like? Anyone can trade like a rock star, win loads and then lose loads. No, I want to see strict trading. Bear with me as I land my plane. Every single trade has a take profit and a stop loss. That means every day when that one trade is launched, it's either going to hit take profit or it's going to hit stop loss. Let me give you the statistics. 8 out of every 10 trades are winning trades. 80% success rate. Please write that down. It's very important. Check the results for yourself. Check the MyFX book. 80% is a phenomenal rate of return. But here's where it gets interesting. Every trade, look at the third line on the table on the left. Every trade has a maximum risk of 0.3% per trade. Now that we know that there's only 1 trade per day, it means that we can confidently say that each day, the risk to our account is only max 0.3. Because of that structure, we can now tell you the following. On the 12x, NeoFX would have to lose 33 days in a row in order to breach the account. And on the 24x, Neo would have to lose 16 trades in a row to violate the account. NeoFX have never lost 2 days in a row, let alone 3, 4. So can you start to see why our clients are happy? And can you start to see why this mechanism just makes every sense in the world? It's stable. The numbers make sense. The leverage is incredible. And when you see the monthly figures, you're going to be very happy. And then your mind starts saying, whoa, if I can market this to the masses, I could make a lot of money. And that's the reality. And that's why we've got high earners now making over $180,000 on a monthly basis. Because on the partnership program, you've got a product that just works. I think we're all here because we're sick and tired of the merry-go-round in certain industries. I'm not going to, name any names, but there's certain projects that just come and go, and there's no, I want to be here for the long term. I'm tired. I'm tired of bouncing around and building and rebuilding, and this one's here and gone. Guys, the Forex industry is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Leverage is here to stay. We've brought leverage to the masses, and you guys are at the forefront of an amazing movement, because leverage is just now launched into the retail market. You're pioneers in this movement. It's absolutely incredible. So just give me a free, guys. If you're still with me, we're still friends. We haven't fallen out. Everything makes sense. You're happy. You're excited. Give me a free. Just show me some love in the chat box, guys. I just want to ensure that we're still good. We're still homies. We're still tight. You're still with me. You're still rocking and rolling with me to the end. All right, we're good. We're good. Amazing. Guys, calm, clear growth with clean risk management. That's why I love this so much. Okay. Now, I do have to let you know that you keep 70% of your profits and 30% goes elsewhere. Okay. 30% goes elsewhere. So you keep 70%. Please remember that. Okay, you can take a picture, guys, of this slide right here. It's a very nice slide. It's a very nice slide because it breaks down your potential monthly profits at 3%. At 3%. If I were to give you the mean average of NeoFX over the time he's been on the platform, it would be 3.9%. 3.9% is the mean average. But let's use 3% to be conservative. I'd rather be conservative and you're surprised. I've surpassed your expectations. So $1,000 is that first line is $1,000, 12x at 3%, you would have made $360, and of course minus the 30% profit share. Okay, so we've got some really nice figures here. If you want to know the figures for the 24x, then you simply have to just double those figures right there. Okay, here are some results. But honestly, guys, I mean, you can request results from any one of us and we'll send you our results. But also know that the red, so blue are profits, and red normally represents, well, red is a deduction. However, most of the deductions that you can see here are the Friday profit share deductions. So here we have, so this was a loss. So we got win, and then this was a loss here. And then here we have the split. This is the split right here. This is the split right here. So a lot of the reds are just a split. So whenever you see the results from someone, every Friday you will see the split go out. Okay, that's how it works. These are the results. These are the verifiable results over the last 8 months since Neo's been on the platform. So you can see everything ranging from 5.33 all the way to like 1.7. Here's the thing I want you to know. The reason why we love Neo is because he doesn't have to go for the big percentages. Some traders, they try to go for the 10s, the 15, and that's the mistake. Because when you go for the bigger percentages, you're risking more. So 5% is like a sweet spot where the risk is small, but because of the amplification, we're making very good money. Guys, I started with $10,000. That got multiplied 24x to almost $250,000. So that means that during the month of October, even during the lowest month on my account, I would have made over $4,000, $3,000 after the profit share, which is amazing, an amazing return. An amazing return on a $10,000 start. That's a 40% return on my actual investment. Forget the 3 to 5%. When you look at the percentage on your actual investment, it's huge. You know, it's gigantic. Some people have done 50% in their first month, but past profits do not guarantee future success. This is phenomenal. This really is. So, guys, we've made it to the very end. We've made it to the very end. Getting started is easy. People just request they'll request a link and a short getting started video, and the video does it all. You're not gonna as leaders, what you don't want to do is be wasting time, not wasting time, but using time to, you know, it is nice when you set people up, but we've done it in a way where you can just send out a getting started video and people will get, it's so easy to get started. People activate their account, make a deposit, we'll fund the account. We'll get the funded account 24x. There's a special code. and then you can start enjoying your daily profits. We are going to be releasing an education platform so that you can learn the skill if you want to. It will be optional. And this is something that gets everybody excited, and that is the release of the Visa cards. They're going to be Visa cards. And that will allow you to enjoy your profits in a different way. At the moment, you can indeed send your profits to your bank account and to your crypto wallet. But now you're able to send, or from mid-February, you can send your profits directly to your debit card. And you have a $50,000 a day limit. Okay, $50,000 a day, which is very nice. And also for networkers, leaders, you'll be pleased to know that this is an additional income stream. So you'll see that there's a 3% fee for depositing, which is normal for these cards. And then half of that, 1.5%, will be paid to you each and every single time someone deposits, which is amazing. It's never been done before, to my knowledge. But it's another income stream coming in. Crypto exchange coming soon. I'm on frequently asked questions now. So if your question is not here, feel free to type your question in the chat right now. I've already mentioned the minimum deposit is $10, but I would recommend starting with anything north of $100. You need $250 in the account if you want to do the partnership program. How successful are the trades? They are 80% accurate. Is there a monthly fee? No. What is the profit split? You keep 70%. Is my money locked up? No. Your seed deposit is needed for the trading, and therefore after 30 days, if you want to, it's available to be withdrawn. I would recommend adopting the following strategy if that's your intention, and that is to simply withdraw your profits immediately or whenever you want until you've broken even, and then you can enjoy the platform completely risk-free. Okay, so that's my recommendation right there. How many trades a day? One, if you're following Neo. Can I withdraw profits? When can I withdraw profits? At any time. There are no restrictions. How quick are the withdrawals? Very quick. They say on average 17 minutes. What is the partnership program? So if there's time, I'd love to take you through the partnership program. For now, I'm just going to tease you with some headline figures. For example, just 250K's worth of team volume equates to roughly around $8,000 a month, which is very nice. And you can see the others there as well. But this is just an overview of what is a more in-depth compensation plan. But before I go on, I do want to give an opportunity for any questions. If you want to, come off mute and speak your question, more than welcome to. No question is off limits. And then, of course, the compensation plan there is there as well. Absolutely incredible.
Okay, so here's a couple of questions. So Arnold wants to know, is there a back office training video?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Arnold. So we have videos in our link tree. There is going to be a very extensive back office training on Sunday, which will be recorded. So I definitely recommend jumping on that or catching a recording. But of course, yes, everything will be very well explained in terms of, there's two back office. So you have the tag markets back office, which takes care of all trading related matters, copy, X, depositing, so on and so forth. Then you have your EXFUSION back office. EXFUSION is the network marketing side of the business. Guys, I have to say, this is pretty phenomenal, because what we've been able to do is merge two incredible industries. Network marketing and the rebate industry from trading has now come together to culminate. So the training on the back office for EXFUSION is going to be very good, because the back office allows you to track everything, including the incentives. People are going to Bali. I know Tammy's looking forward to Bali. And I know she'd love to come with so many of her leaders. The Bali, is anyone here fans of the place Bali? I don't know, if maybe people don't like Bali anymore. Is anyone here like Bali? Just put a 444 if you do indeed. like the place of Bali, because we have an incentive right now that's mind-blowing. With just 150K's worth of team volume, you qualify for Bali. I've never seen people qualify for an incentive so quickly. It's so easy. So that's definitely something to look forward to. But that was a really good question. Here we go. Sunday, 1 p.m. EST. Are your earnings profits shown in real time or daily, or is it only on a monthly basis? Keen, an amazing question. So I should have said this, so apologies. You will connect your account to a platform called MetaTrader 5, where possible. I know there's some geographical restrictions with that, but it's real time. Whether it's the back office or MetaTrader 5, the trades take place in real time. So you'll see them live, you'll see your profits real time, daily. So yeah, real time and daily is the answer to that question.
So we have Jennifer's asking about how soon after you make your deposit are you in profit? I think that would probably depend on a few things, right?
Yeah, of course. So you make a deposit, and then depending on the time of the day. So Neo trades. I'll do it in EST. So the London session, which starts at 8 a.m. in London, which will be the wee hours of the morning, and EST is one of the most popular trading sessions in the world. However, when the New York Open EST, same time, 8 in the morning, when you guys open and we're open, that crossover period is the most vibrant time for trading. So anywhere from sort of 9 to like mid-afternoon in the UK, which will probably be like around 1 p.m. EST, to around 4 or 5, is when the trades come out. So depending on when you get started is when, so it's just you'll get started, and within 24 hours, as long as it's not the weekend, you should see it. So it's one trade per day.
Mm-hmm. So Zion is commenting on the bad press that tag market has gotten, and we've had the tag market owner online that addressed anything concerning the bad press that comes, and a lot of it comes because of people not wanting to see success. So as far as anything being taken care of, I don't think there's really much that needs to be taken care of. You want to address that?
Yeah, another thing to be aware of is this. There are around 70 different trading options on tag. We, of course, we trade with Neo, but there is no restrictions. You can actually choose any trader you want. There's another trading team called Sonic that my members swear by and say that they actually prefer Sonic to Neo, right? And then people end up getting an account with Sonic and one with Neo, and they're just loving life from both pots. However, um, there are teams that have their own trader, and they place that trader on tag markets, and they build a team with their trader. And guess what? Their trader's not very good, so they end up, blowing their account. And when they go to write their review, they're not making their reviewing in the context of the trading experience, but more the broker. So that's another little aspect as well.
Yeah.
Another aspect is that there's another company called Tag Markets that gets a lot of bad press. That's a completely different company. We are registered as TM Markets. It's the official company name, so that's very important to know. But the best way to get an overview of customer experience is to speak to happy NeoFX clients. NeoFX clients are separate from any other type of tag market clients because we trade with Neo, and therefore our experience is completely different from someone who's trading with somebody else.
All right. So I have a question. This is the question that's been coming to me like just about every day. Well, especially lately since people are really, wanting to see some results. So where's the best place for them to look for the results? Because they can go in tag market back office, they can go into MT5 and see stuff there. They can also go into the EXFUSION. So where's the best place to go to get the best results and I guess the most immediate results is on the MT5.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
MT5 is a very exciting piece of software. It's very easy to connect. and then you see your trades in real time. You get a very nice summary. And when it comes to the business building side, MetaTrader 5 sells itself, because whenever you show, casual conversations, you show people your results, it hits you in the face. All those blues hit you in the face. The profit, the withdrawals hits you in the face. It's a great selling tool. So it doubles up as an information tool and a selling tool as well.
Right. So is that but results can be found in the back office of EXFUSION
Back
as
office,
well.
absolutely, yeah. It's all in the back office, the EXFUSION back office as well. It's there. There's
Mhm.
about 3 or 4 different ways to see your results.
Right. So is it possible that you can just, if you don't have a back office that you can go to, maybe bring that slide back up that had a little picture of the MetaTrader 5 back office and kind of explain what was happening there? Because I think that's where people are really looking, is there, and they're saying, okay, well, I have I'm I have a results of less than what was there the day before. So I think it's a matter of understanding what they're looking at as well.
I'll do one better actually. I'll do a screen grab.
Okay.
I'll do a screen grab and then we'll watch it together.
Okay.
I really want us to see this. So let's have a look at this together, guys. Quick screen grab.
And while you're looking at that, when there are profits made, are those same profits? Well, let's say you have the reinvest button, and the reinvest button means that your profits are being reinvested, and so they are subject to trading. If you do not have that reinvest button on, are your profits still subject to trading and subject to loss?
So say that question again, sorry.
I know you're looking. I'm asking a hard question here. Let me let you finish that first, and then I'll ask it again, because it may even be relevant to what you're going to show us.
Okay, perfect. I'm just sending that to my laptop right now.
Okay.
It's taking a little longer. If you have a MacBook and an iPhone, you should easily be able. There we go. It's come through. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, so we know. Share screen. So I'm just gonna show a quick screen grab. So this is MetaTrader 5, guys. Download. There we go. Screen record. Share screen. There we go. So I believe can you see that, Tammy?
Yes, I can see that.
Perfect. So you notice straight away, guys, all the trades are Euro USD. So this is my client's account. I wish this was my account. This is my client's account. I've got read-only access. So they came in with 100K. So you can see here the results, and it's all done in real time. So at the bottom here, I'm on history, but the real time trades will be here on the trade. So I'm just going to play this now. I think I went slow enough that you can track it. And a lot of so the reds are the PF deduction. You'll see a lot of them as PF deduction. That's the Friday deduction. Most of the time, it's just pure reds. It's pure blues. 62K profit. And I think in just, I think 6 or 7 weeks. Very, very nice. Very,
Okay,
very
so can
nice.
you just like let me get this out the way. Can you explain exactly what we're seeing? So we see here the buys, and of course that is
Yeah, so let's go through this one. Let's go through the last trade that was right here
yeah.
on the 14th. So this was yesterday. So we've got the currency pair, Euro USD, and it's letting us know that they bought that currency, the euro against the USD, and that's the price that it was purchased at. So that's good as well, because a lot of traders, they like to go back to the market and see, analyze where it was bought, where it was exited out of the markets. And then blue, is always profit.
Mm-hmm.
Red is a deduction. Now the deduction, it could be, there's two types of deductions. You've got a straight loss. So for example, here, this is a loss. This is a loss right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Win, loss, win. This is not a loss. This is
Okay.
a Friday deduction. PF deduction. This is the profit share, the 30% profit share. Win, win, balance, withdraw. There's a profit withdraw there. Obviously wanted to enjoy some of the profits there. Amazing. And then you get the gist there. So this information is important because it shows us where we came in and where we came out.
So it came in at the price of $1.17 and then came out at a price of $17.3.
That's right. Yeah. So it's gone down in.
So that was a little loss there.
So yeah.
And so the balance would be, okay, that's what the deposit is next. I'm trying to compare, so where did we identify the profits? Like on this particular account.
Yeah, so on this account, the best way to look at to identify the profits is just through the color. So blue are profits, profits and balance.
Okay, so
So
I
it's balance is
understand
blue
that.
as well.
I think it's because this little thing keeps going in the way, and I really kind of want to see the bottom, but because you're
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Let's have a look. Hold on. I have to pause it at a place where is it the very last slide you want to see? The very
Yeah,
right at the bottom.
where all the totals are.
So another thing to bear in mind as well, this right here is what we call the lot size. This is the size of the position. So the bigger your account, the bigger the lot size. Is how big your position will be.
So that's
So
the
here where it says Euro USD buy at 9.9, that's a big lot size. So the
that's the
bigger,
lot. Is that the lot size of the overall account or just this particular $24,000 account?
yeah, so that's the lot size for that particular trade, but the size of the account will determine how big the lot size is. So going back to the risk management of 0.3% per trade, for example, that would so obviously the bigger the account, then the bigger lot size and the risk accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how that one works.
So let this go to the very bottom, and then if you stop moving your cursor, it will go away.
Okay, let me come off of there you go.
Okay, there you go. All right, now, so here we have the deposit. Now, the original deposit was 24,000 with the amplification, right? Oh no,
No, it would
yeah.
have been it would have been 2.4 million.
Okay.
So this is a 100K account.
Oh, so 100K account. Okay, good. This is
It's
all
big
right.
numbers.
I'm serious. So now this balance here. So let's see. Okay,
You
so
want me to get a smaller account?
looking at the yeah. Give me one I can. This is where I'm going. I'm gonna
No problem,
I'm
no
gonna
problem.
get there, but
I got you.
I need to look a little bit more like mine now.
I got you. Let me do my personal account. That's better. Let me do my personal account.
But this
Let me
is
do my
very impressive. But this is incentivizing me, so this is good.
I know your leaders are ballers, so I really wanted to match that energy.
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go. Okay, let me screen grab this one right here. Any other question, guys, while I'm just preparing this screen grab?
So I don't know if I should ask my other complicated question though. I can probably look at here and tell, but so we have this is on the reinvest button. Okay, so we hit the reinvest button and now we're reinvesting our daily profits, right?
Is that what you're doing? Because for me, I've just let my account run.
I do too, but I'm just asking a question so that I can
Okay.
understand. Okay, so if someone was to turn on the reinvest button, it means that their daily profits are being reinvested and it's subject to the daily trades. Now it's increased their amount to be traded, right?
Yeah, if you reinvest, then you're going to increase the amount. And so now the pot's bigger each time.
Right. So now if we do not reinvest and we make a daily profit, is that profit still subject to loss? Is it still becoming a part of the trade? And is it subject to a loss? Like, will it go down? Will my profits decrease?
Yes.
So if my profit is going to decrease, that means it's still subject to the trading that's taking place on a daily basis, and therefore we should not have to reinvest. Or is that, what's going on there? That's the part I'm
So
not
you've got,
understanding.
so when you make a profit and it sits in your account,
Mm-hmm.
then it will be traded raw. Whereas if you reinvest, you're taking advantage of the amplification. So for example, if I've made $1,000 profit and I leave it in my account,
Mm-hmm.
I just have an extra $1,000 to trade with. But if I take that $1,000 and 24 exit, it's a more aggressive form of reinvesting. It's
Okay.
more aggressive. So you've got to reinvest in, just leaving what you have in there, and then your pot is bigger. But a more savvy reinvesting would be say, hey, the profits actually I wanna amplify this up and put it. So that's an aggressive form of. So for
Okay.
example, on this account, I did a withdrawal. When was it? Last week. It should be here somewhere. Oh, I'm I'm looking at the old one. I'm sending it right now. So I did a withdrawal last week, and I think it was about 3,000. Here's the dilemma, right? This is the dilemma most people are gonna face. You do a withdrawal, or you have some profit, and it's a case of course, you could leave it in there, like how you just said. You could leave it in there, and it's subject to the trading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could withdraw it and go shopping in Macy's, right? Um, or you can go back and 24 exit. So I was left with a dilemma. Do I take this 3,000 out and spend it, or do I go back in and do another? So I went back in and done another 24x, which was aggressive. And then, so that was another like 48K or something that just was a separate account. Um, but I know Tim's very big on reinvesting. I know he uses the reinvesting button a lot. I don't know if there's anything that you want to add to that, Tim, but for me, um, if I always teach people to have a strategy, right? So you're either gonna have like a strategy where I want to break even quickly, and then once I've broken even, then we can play games with the profits. And there's some people that say, you know, I want the most aggressive compounding strategy of all time. And the reason why is because compound interest, as we all know, is the eighth wonder of the world. And whilst we had this 24x, some people of the opinion to just super aggressively reinvest profits in a way that's taken advantage of that 24x.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only if you have the appetite for that, because that goes against the idea of breaking even as soon as possible. I see Tim's got his hand up. I just asked him to unmute whilst I just set this screenshot out.
I was just going to explain a strategy a lot of people are using is you have your trading account under Neo and you get your profits. If you, as Des said, you leave the funds there, they're traded at their face value, you can multiply them. The one thing that people have noticed is if you reinvest, your account is then subject to the 30-day hold every single time. So if you reinvest today, 30 days, another 30 days tomorrow, and so on. So what a lot of people are doing is you create another account with Neo. You trade both accounts. When you make profit in one account, you move the profits into the second account. That reinvests at 24x. You now have 29 days on your first account. You keep doing that every single day for 30 days. You've now unlocked your initial account, but your profits have been compounding in the second account. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
But
you literally
that
just create a
compounding on,
second Neo account,
right?
and that way you can still reinvest aggressively without keeping your fund, your initial locked up, so you can still de-risk quickly.
Another thing to thank you for that. Another thing to add as well is that I haven't spoken about Sonic because I like to keep things simple. But there is another trading team called Sonic that some people would swear, um, you know, um, um, give better returns. I think statistically they do give better returns. They just don't have that same structure of one trade per day. So another way to think of it is what I did when I reinvested that 3K was I wanted to what's the word? Hedge. Is it hedging? When you kind of, cover both angles. So you've got some with Neo, you've got some with Sonic, and you don't have all your eggs in one basket. Not that there's anything wrong with having all your eggs in Neo's basket, because it's a great basket to have your eggs, right? But it's nice when you've got two things kind of going on. So Sonic and Neo, I fully recommend. Outside of that, I it's not that I don't recommend them, I just don't know enough about the other traders. So here we are. I think I now have the correct.
Okay.
Here we go. So this is my personal account. I'm just gonna play it so we get a gist of it. 10,000 that was deposited. So it's gonna. This is over the Christmas period as well, so you can imagine it's pretty quiet over the Christmas period. So let's get down to the bottom. So there's bigger than that. Let's just pause this right here.
Okay. Okay. So this withdrawal is a personal withdrawal from you.
Correct.
Okay. And then you have the profits here, 38.84. And so right now with the 240 is showing right now that you have a total profit of 325.
Yeah, because I did that withdrawal.
Because
I
of
did
the withdrawal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So people can always look at their balance and see whatever amount increased on their balance and determine their profits.
Absolutely. The balance is always clear. It'll always, and also as well, when you log into your back office, when you click on follower hub, it clearly shows you what your return on investment is as well. That's a really good page, because it breaks down all your accounts, what you deposited, what your return on investment is, what your profit is. If you'd like to withdraw it, very clear.
So if this 240, if you have a certain amount here one day, and if it goes down, that means that trade lost on that day. So by the time it gets here, all the fees and everything are already taken out at this point at your when you see your balance. All the fees are taken out at this point.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
Okay. All right. Any other questions anybody have on this to understand it?
Amanda has a hand raised. Shall I?
Okay. Yeah.
Allow her to. Yeah.
Sure.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Based
Very
on
well.
your screen share picture that you just posted, right? Or that you just had up,
Yeah.
you have a withdrawal, and then your profit still show there. So that withdrawal is coming from your profit. It's just not in the negative yet, because it's just taking that 3,000. Like your profit is not 6,000. It's just 3,800 and whatever, and then your 3,000 is being taken away from that.
So say that again. Say that one more time.
So your profit is 3,000, not 6,000.
Right.
Because
yeah.
Okay, so it didn't actually minus
right.
it
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, I get it. Yeah. That's right. You're right.
So your original profit was only 3,000.
Correct.
Oh, okay, so it will show after the deposit has gone through, that profit will go down, or that profit always remains as what it was prior to your withdrawal?
The profit
Because why isn't
is,
the
yeah,
withdrawal
the profit,
reflected in the profit?
Yeah, so it will always show your accumulated profit regardless of the withdrawal you've done.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Just to let you know that
Oh.
that's what you've profited, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But your balance is the true reflection.
Oh, okay.
So your balance
And
is
that
letting you know.
commission,
Yeah.
and that commission is going to who? Like, who's that commission go to?
The broker.
Oh, okay.
That's a part
And
of
why
it.
would you swap?
Yeah, so sometimes if trades are held overnight, there'll be a swap fee, but Neo doesn't tend to hold trades overnight like that. Some traders do. They're called swing traders. They keep trades open overnight, and if that happens, there's fees, but we don't have to worry about that. But I mean, it's not impossible, but this Neo's trading style just doesn't hold trades overnight like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem at all.
Good questions there. All right, Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Find you. Where's my gallery? Oh, here she is. All right.
Oh,
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. You can unmute your frozen. Hey, Mona Lisa.
Hi. Mike don't want me to unmute. So good night, everyone.
Good night.
I have a weird question. I want to find out if say I I am in the 24X currently, and so I wanted to invest some more after the 24X is over onto my current 24X account. Would I still get 24X, or would it be charged?
Yeah, if you do it before the 18th of February,
Only that time.
then you'll be able to get another account at 24X.
Okay, thank you.
So just to be clear, you can't top up an existing account. That account will stay like that, and then you'd have another account at 24X.
All right, so that answers 2 questions. That's good. All right, thank you.
No worries, anytime at all.
All right, Selena.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Selena, loud and clear.
Okay, great. Thanks for doing this. I want to know, where is the reinvest button? Which website is that? Which is it on Tag Markets or EXFUSION?
Tag markets.
Some tag markets.
Okay.
So
And is it automatically set to reinvest? 'Cause I
No,
don't recall telling it to.
you have to manually
Okay. So if I don't reinvest, then it'll be available to withdraw.
correct. So it will just
Okay.
stay in your account, available to be traded and withdrawn
All right. Thank you.
anytime. Another thing, guys, for any leaders on the call, you know, Tammy and I are deep in the trenches, so just know that full support is going to be given. You know, I'm going to be hitting the road soon, state to state, country to country. We're going to be deep in the trenches.
Okay. All right. So let me just quickly. Where are we here? All right. So I'm looking for another question. Anybody have any other questions? I have not made a withdrawal, but I see a withdrawal, and also the commission taken out. Where does the withdrawal go? Where does the withdrawal go? It goes. So I haven't done a withdrawal. So you've done a withdrawal. The withdrawal goes to your wallet if you're doing it in crypto. I believe the withdrawals have to be in crypto or in fiat, depending on how you deposit it. So if you did it in crypto, it will go to a wallet, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when you hit withdraw on your back office, yeah, straight to your wallet, bank account if that's how you came in, and eventually we'll have the debit card option as well. But yeah, withdrawals are very simple. Yeah, very straightforward. We're gonna have the back office training on Sunday as well, so things like reinvest, withdraw, we'll go through all of that. But we've got step-by-step guides. Very, very easy, very simple. In fact, your wallet stays saved to the back office. So when I withdraw now, you know, some platforms you have to keep going to grab the wallet, and no, it saves in there. It only lets you save one wallet. It stays in there permanently. So when you hit withdraw, it's a few clicks, no faffing around, and just straight in.
Yeah, you don't have to go and fetch your address every time. It just lets it stay there.
Yeah, it's very good like that. Very good.
Hey, Maurice.
If anybody happens to be going to Dubai, please allow me to arrange
Hey.
you to have a tour of the headquarters as well.
That's right. That would be good.
So,
Hey, Maurice.
so is that where they're headquartered, Dubai?
Correct.
That's
Yes.
where they tag, right? We referring to tag.
Yeah, they're in the marina in Dubai.
So on the fees for the trader, that come out once a week or once a month?
Yeah, it comes out once a week on a Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, so the trader gets 8%, and then the rest goes into the compensation plan, because obviously as for the networking side, the money has to come from somewhere. So it's coming from that chunk as well as another place as well. So that's good news that's going there, because it's facilitating the partnership program.
So it's a 60-40 split, right?
No, 70-30.
70-30. And out of the 30 that broke, the trader gets 8%, and the rest is spread it out for the commission structure.
Absolutely.
And what was the other trader that you met? Now they trade just US Euro USD, correct? the trader that we're current Neo or
Neo FX.
No effects.
yeah. So the other trader that you mentioned, what do they trade? They trade gold.
The
Yeah,
Sonic.
they trade gold. How did you know? They trade gold. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is Neo FX, and then this is Sonic. So
Okay.
you'll see straight away that the ROI for Sonic is incredible, right? And you also see that the drawdown is lower than Neo's, right? So let me justify why I promote Neo over Sonic. Number one, we have full control over Neo. Neo is part of our organization. We brought Neo to the platform. He's our they are our traders. So it gives us accessibility when we do trainings. He does special messages. We have access to him. If anything was to go wrong, which we don't foresee, he's our trader. Whereas Sonic is it doesn't belong to EXFUSION, but we have access to him. That's the main difference. So yes, Sonic is amazing, and you'll make money in the exact same way as I've described. It's just that officially he's the Sonic team are I hope I'm explaining this well, but they're their own team in their own right. But you have access to every single trader on the copy trading platform. We're just not responsible for them. So if you see one, if you had an account with Neo and then you had an account with Sonic, and then you saw somebody else on there that was doing amazing, and you monitored them for 3 or 4 months and decided, hey, I kind of like the cut of their jib, I want to give them a chance, you know, you completely have full reign to do that and autonomy to do that. It's just that it's not something that we can give you our kind of like cast iron, not that we give cast iron guarantees, but our experience with them and so on and so forth. So but these are the two that we're happy to recommend. Their results are so incredible that I mean, you may not appreciate this, but having a 0.2% drawdown over a year is nothing short of remarkable. It really, really is. And I've been in the trading space a very long time. We are talking about the elite of the elite trading. If you know anybody in the trading space, just say to them that you know of a trading team that only have a 0.26 or 0.9, less than 1% drawdown. That means the most that the trader's ever gone into a minus has never been more than 1%. That to me should be celebrated more than the ROI. I think that's absolutely incredible, and it just shows that we're in good hands. I can see loads of hands, so I'm gonna go through.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much for that question, I should say.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, that said, being that we are part of this broker, and I would imagine they are treating us as IBs to be able to pay us commissions. So with that said, with Sonic, being that we are referring people to the platform, anyone going to Sonic or any other broker, as far as that is concerned, would that also be subject to the
IB committee.
introduce a broker?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything would work exactly the same. It's just that Neo wouldn't be getting some of the profit share. Sonic would, but everything else would be working in the exact same way. So funds go into the compensation plan. You get paid rebates in the same way. You touched on a very good thing there, which is rebate commission that we make. So yes, in answer to your question, it wouldn't matter who your account is attached to. You'd still make rebate commission would
And that spills over into the genealogy as far as the IB is concerned.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, that's pretty phenomenal with that drawdown. And do they have an FX book?
Yeah, so I've got Neo's FX book. I can try and get Sonic's. The good thing is that you can look at the details when you sign up and you go to CopyX. You can analyze all of their data, but I know why you want my FX book. It's because of what it is. So allow me to try and get that for you. But the Neo, yeah, we have that ready to go for you. My FX book,
Okay.
guys, is the official way of verifying data, and it said that it can't be manipulated and things like that. So it's very trusted in the trading space.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right. Thanks
Maurice.
a lot.
Thanks, Maurice. All right. Hey, Les.
Thank you, Maurice.
Okay, hey, how you doing?
Very well.
I'm
Thank you.
going to preface this by saying I got in late, but I understand that there's back office trainings on Sunday. Is there a link? Because the question I have is, in my back office, I just have 12x. I don't see the 24x. Is that
When you joined, do you remember putting in a code to get the 24x?
Actually, yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, no, what code? Because
Yeah,
I
so
might have done it. I
yeah,
just
so
forgot.
you're not alone. A lot of people made that mistake. We have a 5-minute step-by-step guide to getting started. It's so important that everyone follows that when they get going. But what I think's happened is that you've got started and you may have missed a step where you have to put in a code. If you send us your email address, has trading already started to take place?
That's what I'm saying. It looked like what I put in, like 500. It's like 509 or 5, maybe didn't or did. I don't, like I said, I need that back office training. So I'm not, it
Yeah.
might be working. I just don't know. I'm
So
sorry.
if you did this, I know it's been a while since you started your account. So this is probably something that
Correct.
had been brought to our attention way before now.
Oh, wow.
Because I know
Okay.
that I did have one or two people that may have didn't show up right away. As soon as they created their account, they looked and saw it was only 12x instead of 24. I was able to submit a ticket and right away they corrected.
Ah, so it
Yeah,
should have been 24x, even though it's showing 12x. I missed it.
it should have been
I see what
24x. Yeah, all of my team, everybody, we should all be doing 24x. We were not we didn't come in
right.
then. So everybody should be 24x, but I'm not really sure about how the correction of that could make, and like you said, if you give me your email, I'll submit it to the support group and we'll see what they can do from there. But and also if you could send me a screenshot where it's showing that you're just 12x instead of 24, so I can make sure that we're looking at the same thing on the same page.
Okay, it's on tag market, right? That's the
Right.
information. I mean,
Right.
okay, yeah. It's 12x, but okay, I will do that, Tammy.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Selena.
Again,
Hey, Selena.
I'm not finding the reinvest on tag markets. Where would I find that?
So if you go into tag markets, where is that? So if you go into tag market and you're going to go down to where it says copy trade, copy X.
Yes.
When you go to copy X, get rid of that. Then once you go to copy X, you're going to go to follower hub. This is going to be, and if you're on a mobile device, the follower hub text is going to be gone. You might just see the icon, which is just the two heads. So you click on that, and then it's going to bring you to this section. And then you see you're going to come here. You're going to actually end up here on this page, on the dashboard. Once you click this follower hub, you're going to be on the dashboard. And here you see 3 tabs. So you click on the strategy tab, and then here's where you'll see your reinvest button.
And that's
Got
where
it.
you'll also see the return on
I see
investment
it.
as well.
Okay, I see that.
There's your ROI.
You see the return on investment there? Where
There's
is
your
it?
ROI right there.
ROI.
Oh, up at the top.
Yeah.
Right here next to the reinvestment. You see your profit and loss right here, and you'll see your ROI.
So just a very quick
Okay.
testimony. So just a quick testimony. The 10K account that I started, what was it now? 7-8 weeks ago. It's the ROI is 33%, and that has to be celebrated because I don't know many other investment opportunities that can produce that level of return, in that length of time. So that's very impressive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, is this what we're referring to as the back office, the tag market?
This is the tag market back office. This is where you originally set your account up.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. While I'm sharing my screen, I just want to also go over and let you know that this is the EXFUSION back office. We should all go here. It's exfusion.ibportal.io. And here's where we should be going. I think I have put this in the group already, where we come here now, and here's where you will grab your referral link. You grab your referral link here, and to log into this back office, the credentials are the same login credentials as Tag Market. So you can come right in here and log into the back office here. You can get a lot of more statistics here, especially with regards to your network and your downline is where you will get this kind of information, back here. You can also see profit and loss back here as well. Okay, but you can see your network, and this is basically where the community hangout is, but you get a lot more. And here's where you should be grabbing your referral link from in order to refer somebody to this platform. And it is automatically, attached to the Tag Market back office. All right. Rita. Did I miss anything, Des?
No, absolutely spot on.
Okay. Rita. We'll take Rita's name, we'll do Amanda's, and then we'll get ready to shut it down. Rita, you want to unmute?
Yes.
Ask your question?
Yes. Hi.
Okay.
My question was, I saw a withdrawal on the bottom. I'm looking at my account. I saw a withdrawal, and then I saw the commission. So I'm asking the withdrawal, who make that withdrawal? Because I haven't made any withdrawal.
Yeah, just check for me. Does it say PF withdraw before it?
On the bottom, it didn't say PF withdrawal, but there are PF withdrawal.
Oh, sorry. It is the total of all the PF withdrawals. Yeah.
Okay, so that withdrawal is a total of all the PF, but then there's also the commission.
Can you share? Is it something you can?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on my phone.
No, that's okay. So so that's okay. I'll just do it from my one. It's fine. So you have the withdrawals.
MT5, right? You're looking at the MT5, right?
Yes, I'm looking at the MT5. So because I can see on the bottom, I see the withdrawal. I see withdraw 34.99, and then the commission 35.81. So I'm wondering where is that withdrawal? I'm assuming the commission is the PF deduction.
So yeah, so let me explain. So in trading, when you trade, you always have to pay a commission. That's how brokers make their money. Profit share is part of the business model, because the profit share is just an agreement that you've now made to say, hey, thank you for trading this account for me. I'm willing to give you 30% of profits. So that's the EXFUSION side of things. That EXFUSION of now.
Okay, so the PF, that's the profit share, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then so the commission is the one for the trading.
Yeah, that's more related to the broker. That's a broker commission, whereas profit share is EXFUSION. You've now have a copy trading setup, and as part of that copy trading setup, you're giving 30% of your profits goes elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, let me before I take the next question, just do this real quick, and that way you can everybody can get a picture. This is the MT5 here. So here where it says PF deduction, which is what he's referring to. This is the PF. This is the deduction for the traders, right? This is the portion that they take. This is their 30%.
Correct.
That take from the profits of the after the trade. So you're going to see the PF here, and as you can see over here, there's it's a red with a minus 11.81, and then you're going to see here. This is a column where there are the commissions are being deducted, and so you'll see here all the minuses here. This is the commission that was taken, and then this is the profit that is left after the commission is taken. But part that I don't get though is that this says 141 as the profit. Okay, so this is the overall profit. But
yes.
but okay, the overall profit that has been gained thus far. And part of this profit that has been gained thus far, my profit is 83.92. Right? Because this is the amount that's above my balance, the amount that I put in. Let me just make this bigger. If I can make it bigger. Oh, we can't make it bigger. We can't make it bigger. Anyway, so yeah, so it looks like if I look down at the bottom here, my initial deposit 24x is 24,000, withdrawal 30 minus 33, and then my balance is 2483, which should indicate I could withdraw this 83.92 at this point, right?
Absolutely.
I want to withdraw that.
Absolutely. And just the last point that Tim made is that profit split is taken after the commissions are deducted from the profit.
After the commissions, okay. All right, so after the commissions is taken, okay, so the commission was taken here of 23.44, and maybe this profit split is taken here. This is the 33.82. Guess that's what that is. Just
Yeah, I'll have to take this offline and break it down. I'm not
okay.
used to seeing it like this. This is on your PC, right?
Right. I'll put it there just so that I can
You're getting technical, Tammy.
bigger. I just put it there because I
You're
wanted
getting
to
technical.
make it bigger so everybody could see it in a bigger, but it's, yeah, I go
I
there
love it though.
as well. Okay, Amanda, let's take Amanda's question. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, can you go back to your back end and tag for a second? You showed us 2 lines. So my question is, I only have 1 line because I've deposited once. So the next time I make a deposit, I'm gonna get a second line. It's not gonna accumulate both into 1 line.
No.
No. Okay. So every time I deposit, I'm gonna have a new line. So I'll have multiple lines for deposits.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully, I mean, yeah, it works pretty well, to be fair. It makes it a bit more exciting. You've got different accounts going on. But I know what you mean. Yeah, topping up. It's just, I think for the ease of the system, I think it's just easier for them to just keep it separate.
So
So when I so if I chose to reinvest, it would create a new line.
It's a new line, yeah.
No, the
Okay.
reinvest are not new lines. The reinvest is just going to reinvest.
I've never done a reinvest, by the way. So you guys that have done it, please tell me.
Right. So Tim, if you can unmute yourself as well, because this was the question that I was actually asking you about topping up or topping up, not reinvesting, but topping up. And if that can happen, and if we do have to have another account when you add more funds, because
Yeah,
topping
absolutely.
up. Yeah, okay. So is Tim still on here?
What do you mean by another account?
So like if Tammy now said, you know, Tammy, let's say Tammy just came into 10K and she wanted to now you know, get another account, then she would deposit that 10K and then she'd have to attach that 240K to a trader, and that would create a new separate investment line. So you see, she's got 2 lines here. There'd be a third line now with 240K invested. It will say invested 10K, balance 240K, and then, you know, it's just now starting to populate. But every time you want to go again, so to speak, you'd create a new account, which is a new line. I think what we're just waiting to hear maybe from Tim is that when he reinvested, I'm assuming that's going to create a new one. But Tim, did it top up the same thing? Oh, I think he has to be.
So yeah, you can either reinvest or you can deposit into the same account.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow, there is a guide. I've sent it to Tammy.
Yeah.
Feel free to send it on. And if you follow that exactly, it multiplies by the account, whether it's 12x or 24x. You literally click on deposit, and then you can add funds. If you reinvest, that also multiplies. So either way, it will multiply.
Okay, so I'll pass on those instructions that I got from you for anyone that wants to. I'm referring it to in topping up your account. It's not reinvesting, because reinvesting means taking your profits and you're reinvesting your profits. Topping up means you have fresh new funds that's not even on a platform yet, and you want to add that to an existing account. Those are the instructions that I have gotten from Tim and can share with everybody on how to do that. Otherwise, if you don't follow these instructions, you will have different investment lines for every time you add funds. So you have to do it in a certain way in order to add to an existing account. So hopefully that answers your question, Amanda, in terms of, yes, you will have another investment line depending on how you do it, but you can also top up as well.
Yeah,
So,
just make sure not to follow the setup video, because if you do
right.
that exactly, you will end up with a separate account.
Right, right. And even with that
Isn't a
separate
bad
account,
thing.
it's not a bad thing because it's all one account within an account. It's separate accounts within an account. They're really considered separate investments. They're not accounts. You only have one account, but you're just adding more investments, you know, to an existing account. That's what's happening. So we don't want to refer to it as another account.
Yeah, you might want to have one to reinvest in and one to not. You know, you can play around with it.
Right,
You've got so many
exactly.
choices.
Yeah.
One thing, Des, if you can get clarification, if we have a 24, I think I know the answer, but if we have a 24x account now, and then on the 20th of February or anything after the 18th of February, can we deposit more into that account and it's still 24x? Because we don't seem to be 100% on that.
When we had the other deadline, they kind of alluded to the fact that I think you'd asked the question then.
Yeah, and it alluded to the fact that that would be the case. It would be great to get 100% confirmation.
I remember you was very excited at the prospect.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, the reason I thought it is
absolutely.
If that's the case, what people want to be doing, in my opinion, is creating at least one spare account, because we might get a new strategy come on that's like crazy. And if we can top up at the same rate,
listen to Tim. Listen
you only
to
need
Tim.
a $10 account. You've got a 24x account.
Listen to this, Des. You better tell on him.
He likes money too much. He likes money too much.
But no, if
Tim
we could get
money too much.
confirmation on that, because it's a strategy I'm trying to work with my team.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That'll work. If that's the case, that's a wonderful strategy. Trust me.
Yeah. So I have a call tomorrow. I have a call tomorrow with the CEO and my Canadian leaders. So I'm going to ask that question and get it clarified for you, Tim.
Thank you.
Yes. Once you get it clarified, everybody's going to be creating a whole bunch of other accounts with $10 in it so they can top it up with 24x later in the future. I'll go for that. Absolutely. All right. Lesson then, Maria Lisa. And then we're going to let these European guys over here in the UK get some rest because it's getting later and later for them. Go ahead, Les, real quick.
Okay, sure. I think I'm okay. I saw a screen of a young lady or tag market that said in the left-hand corner, 12x funding, but I think she's 24. Is what's 12x funding on the left-hand side? I'm sorry. Do you understand what I'm saying? She just showed a screen, and on the left-hand side was 12x funding.
You mean the
wording.
screen that I showed? That was my screen.
Maybe you did. But someone showed a screen a few minutes ago that had 12x funding towards the left, towards the bottom, 12x funding. And I think I'm okay because Laverne showed me somewhere in the detail where my initial deposit had 24x of my what I put in.
Okay, so
let
me just do this again real quickly because I don't think anybody else was sharing any other screen other than me. So you were looking at my screen. So now we're on the FX.
Okay,
again.
see, right above a amplifier.
So I'm just let me speak.
Oh
so,
yeah, that's manual trading.
I went to
Okay.
FX and I'm on the follower hub again. This is the
No, I'm talking about the left-hand side.
Okay, listen.
See the 12x funded?
The dashboard. Oh no, this here is 12x funded. That's on the menu itself. We're not supposed to be even going over there for any reason.
Got you. That's my problem. I'm okay.
There's no.
I saw that 12x and I thought it should be 24x.
So here's how you verify that you have 24x. You go to the follower hub. You go to the dashboard. You're gonna see your investment amount and then your total balance. This would be 12.
And that's what I got.
24x right there.
That's what I have.
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
That was sorry. We were
All
good.
right, Honey Lisa, real quick.
Money Lisa, I love that name.
I know, right?
Money Lisa's out spending her money.
Oh, she must be.
Okay, so I'm in. So Tommy, that's the question I was trying to ask. If you could increase at the 24x rate if you already have 24x.
Right.
That's the question I was trying to ask just now.
Okay, so the answer is
That's no.
yes. We can either
Not sure.
can we top up an existing account, you mean? That's your question, right?
Top up or add or increase
Yes.
in any way. Yeah, if it's already 24x
Okay, so
and
that's
you want
Deb is going to get that clarified for us. And
yeah,
once he knows, I will let you know. And then I also have the instructions on how you can top up an existing account or as well.
all right. Because that was my question really.
Okay.
Because I would like to know that. So I will go and create a $10 account in the meantime. In the meantime.
All right. All right. All right. So that's the last of our questions that we're going to take at this point. We're like 1 minute shy of the top of the second hour, which is not unusual for our calls because we usually do about 2 hours. But right now, we're going to really make sure we have a hard stop because we have guests here from another time zone and we want to be respectful of that. But Des, I just want to thank you so much. So much. I mean, the whole thing, this whole session has just been wonderful. If for anybody that has seen it, if you're here, it's even worth watching again because of all the education and knowledge that he has given us about the whole trading industry and all of its benefits. Everything was just phenomenal. So thank you so much for spending your time and definitely giving us
Oh, why
all
is he not doing it?
imparting,
There
there
you
you
go.
go, imparting this knowledge to us, right? I know. Do that.
Amazing.
I love that. I love that. And thank you,
Great.
Tim, as well for being here, staying up late. I know you got toothpicks in your eyes right now, but I appreciate you so much. All right.
I do want to know who's coming to Bali with us, though. I really want to know who's going to be there because honestly,
Wait,
I mean, I think I've qualified twice now, and I'm not saying that because
really?
it's so easy because once you get going and this thing just explodes itself. So
Yeah.
honestly, guys, there's never going to be an easy way to have an all expenses paid trip to Bali
No.
with all of us. We're gonna have a
That's what
great
I'm
time.
working on. So tribe, y'all help me out. Help a sister out here. I'm trying to get to Bali, okay? Help a sister out.
Let's get Tammy to Bali, guys. Let's do it.
I'm trying to get there for sure. All right.
Amazing
Thanks
stuff.
so much, Deb. Love you guys. I'm going to exit out, tribe. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. I'll be on the road on Saturday night, headed back to Charlotte. So might be out of pocket for a little while, but you know how to, I'll get back in communication again once I settled in. But thanks, everyone. Have a great evening. Love you all and Happy New Year. All right.
Happy New Year,
Good night,
guys.
everyone.
All
Good
right.
night.
Have
Take
a
care. Happy
safe
New Year,
trip,
guys.
Tammy.
All the
Thank you
best.
so much. Thank you. And I'm going to play my song going out again. I'll play my song going out. All right. I'm great. Not by hand. 22 we stand. We give you thanks, Lord. Well, no man, clean slate again. Mercy renewed, let the journey begin. From the rising sun to the setting sun, your faithfulness never changed. We made it through storms and fire, still standing lifted higher. If it wasn't for the Lord on our side, we wouldn't be here tonight. We don't know what tomorrow brings, but we know who holds everything. Your word is a lamp to our feet. That's how we walk into destiny. Happy New Year 2023. This is the year we trust you, Lord. Happy New Year, new grace, new strength. We're walking by faith, not by